It's just different.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Life is funny things we do to get money. Hardships, hard times. And these days, these situations, they be sticky like honey. If it ain't Corona, they trying to clone ya. What happens to the little girl that went missing from her home? Her own daddy keep touching her. Daddy, leave me alone. I ain't got the answers. Trying to get justice for George Floyd. And if Bill Gates got the cure, make sure he got one for cancer. We screaming stop the violence, but who we asking? The killer the same color as the one in the casket. I'm no preacher, spitting hard facts like bleachers. Make America great again. It's only for the rich leeches. Where's Felicia? I guess black reparations went to new prisons and new police substations. For black justice, they be debating. We gotta wake up, but I'm going back to back. I'm on one. Cold cases still hot in the hood, cause the nigga that did it, he still home, son. I'm my own rapper, but got a new balance. Rest in peace to all the young fallen soldiers. Didn't get a chance to show the world their talents. I'm so focused, trying to save the nation. Seeing the road ahead like a full focus. You don't know what I've been through.
It's like that.
You don't know what I seen.
It's like that.
Live your life,
like
not mine.
It's like that.
If you know what I mean.
It's like that.
You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You don't know what I
like
seen.
This.
Yeah. Live your life,
like
not
that.
mine. Yo. Happy Thursday to y'all. You already know what it is, man. It's your host with the most, man. Focus Feel and Focus Radio. And we does this thing, man, each and every Thursday right here. You already know what it is, man. Your host with the most, man. 301 761 1040 is the call-in number. And I've really been forgetting, man. But for you guys that really support me and want to keep me, you want to see me keep on doing this thing and making a positive impact on the community, man, with this voice and this radio show right here. Always feel free to throw me something on that Cash App. And that's $, Phocuz, PHOCUZ, and the number 1. It's just that simple, man. $, Phocuz1. And I am Phocuz Field, I'm sorry. PHI, and that's 2 L's, man, for all those that don't know. On Facebook Live each and every Thursday, if you want to catch the show, Beltway Radio and Beyond.com. If you want to catch the show, and then also you can also feel free to promote, and we give exclusive interviews right here on Focus Radio. But our main goal, the reason for this platform is bringing our children home. So as you know, man, as we end the year and we're going into the new year, just want to thank everybody, man, once again for sticking in with me. You know what I mean? Tuning in, telling a friend. If you see me out and about, asking me about the show, speaking about the show, just want to say thank you, man. And we gotta, keep on supporting each other, especially in this DMV area, man. We got so much going on, man. We got so many people with potential here, that just need a shot, just need a chance. But we gotta support these people, man. And we gotta listen to these shows, and we gotta we got our small businesses, we gotta advertise, we gotta promote them, we gotta tell our family, we gotta tell our friends, we gotta keep putting the word out there. You feel what I'm saying? Keep that energy out there, man. And like I say, for me, it's just if I get 100 people listening and I get at least one person
really to listen and to tell another person, I'm happy with that, man, because the word just keeps on going and going and going and going and going. So that's what it's about. Um, and First thing I want to speak about is close to the holidays. Uh, Next week is Christmas. Next Thursday is I'm sorry, Thanksgiving. I'm moving too fast. I'm just like them stores. Uh, it's Thanksgiving. I'm sorry, and a lot of turkey giveaways and food giveaways and donations of clothes and shoes and coats and care packages, all that great stuff. So I want to commend everybody, every network, every platform, every soul individual, that gives back, that gives to those that are less fortunate. I definitely appreciate you because that's what we do right here on Focus Radio. Next week we'll be in Starburst Park, and this will be our second annual, our annual, but our second year doing this as far as Focus Radio, doing this with Thanksgiving. I used to always go to men's shelter and different shelters and help pass out, Thanksgiving meals for the homeless. But this is a Focus Radio thing. Uh, Along with a couple of my other sponsors. I want to thank Faye. I want to thank the people at George Washington Hospital Center that have donated bags and bags and bags of clothes. Last year they gave us bags and bags of clothes and water, and it was just a great thing, man, to see these people, how grateful they were, to just get these items, man, and just get a plate. And we just made their day, you know what I mean? And we didn't, we ain't hold them up a long time, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then, off to our family, so forth and so on. So it doesn't take a lot of time. It's not going to take your whole day, you know. Uh, and like I said, this is something that I do. I don't look for anything monetarily behind this. I don't bring cameras out there with me. Now we do go live on the phone, of course, to let people know where we are in the location, but I just do this from the heart. I do this with my own funds, so just something that I do, man. I'm going to continue to do. And I like this location. I like the people that are really grateful at this Starburst Park. But I also want to do some other things, man, throughout the city as we get into the new year. And as those things come about, I'll let you guys know and how you can get involved. But first and foremost, speaking on Thanksgiving, the ERAP program is still going on, but they have made a few changes. They're asking for additional information for those applicants that are applying. The mayor actually is trying to do away with this program. I spoke about three shows ago about this same situation right here. And the ERAP program is assistance for those with low income, those that may not be working, and can receive this emergency rental assistance. And it came about when COVID-19 came into effect almost 4 years ago now, I'm thinking. And it's $100 million in back rent for landlords, and this is just this year of 2024. But the problem is they have found it to be some folks, some of my DC people, my people, have used these funds in a fraudulent way. Meaning, I know sometimes you may get the check as the resident, the tenant. Sometimes it comes straight to the office. We got to check to make sure that we received it, and the person still may have a balance, but they're going to chop it down a hell of a lot. And I just tell people to keep up with your rental payments, even though you're receiving this assistance, you've been approved. Still pay your portion that you're supposed to pay so you can get ahead. So don't think it's just sweet because you're not going to get all of the money. Let's say you owe 10, they might give you 6. So you're still left with 4. They might give you 8. You're still left with 2. So we just got to smarten up, people, and we can't take advantage, of these type of programs, and they find out, then they want to cut it off. Then we up shit's creek for those that really need it, So last time I heard, it was a long waiting list. Like I said, they kind of switched it up this year for the approval process of it, but it's still going on, and you'll get it quick. You get the money quick, and this will avoid evictions. And I'm telling you what I know because I am in the property management field for the last 16 years of my life, honestly. And I'm telling you what I know, and this is true bill, man. So get them applications in. Like I said, you get approved, get the money, so you can avoid that eviction. But don't think that's just the end of it. You still have to pay. And what made me bring this back up with E-rap, because don't nobody talk about this type of stuff on their platforms. Ain't nobody talking about people being homeless on their platforms. You dig what I'm saying? Like those people we giving meals out to that may be the first meal that they got all week or all day or whatever it may be. You dig what I'm saying? So we have to think about those that are less fortunate, man, and think about how grateful we are. And we are where we are right now in our lives, meaning we are where we are. You know what I mean? And it depends on you to make the progression. You dig? To put one foot in front of the other and make the moves. You dig what I'm saying? I remember Martin Luther King saying, what he said, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl, long as we get there. You know what I mean? So this lady, and I won't put her business out there, but she actually was on shout out to Channel 9, one of my favorite channels, always shows me love. But she's actually facing a eviction, and she's saying she can't work. She lost her son. Her son was helping her with the bills. She's elderly. She's disabled, and she needs these funds. And she says that they was giving her a little problem as far as approval. So what she did was Channel 9 came to her residence, and she spoke about her being a resident that really needs these funds and not using them fraudulently. And the reason why she can't pay her rent and she's facing an eviction. So she has put in the documentation, everything she needs, which is proof of ID, proof of residency, like a lease agreement, proof of income to submit an application. And what she's saying is, I don't have income. So hopefully Channel 9 picked up her story. Hopefully the right people heard it. Hopefully they heard her name. Her app will be pulled and her rent will be paid. So just to bring up, you think you're going through something, people got something that's 10 times as worse. So sometimes with our stuff, we can shake it off like a wet duck's ass and keep it moving. So just a food for thought as we get into Thanksgiving. And like I mentioned last week, shout out to Rocksteady. We not only talked go-go, man, but we talked everything. And shout out to him, man. We was just talking to B, man, in these trying times. And we definitely spoke about the youth and just making a positive impact, man, as far as education, man, everything, you know what I mean, that's going on right now. I've heard that we have some gangs out here now. Venezuela, people were arrested out in Fairfax for a lot of different type of crimes, man. And I just want everybody to be safe. I just want us to, just come in peace. And one thing that I do agree with Dump Trump on is being here illegally, and it hurts, you know what I mean? And I know I may be playing devil's advocate on this one too, you know what I mean? But just to give us the opportunity, not only just for Black people, I'm talking about for Americans. So I know it's a lot of people, man, that's been talking about the deploration. Am I saying it right? What is it? Deportation. Deportation. There we go. Right. Deportation. A lot of people are, somewhat upset. But he said this is what he's going to do. Only question I have is how is he even doing all this and hasn't even been sworn in the office yet? But anyway, that's another topic. Yeah, man, it's happening. It's real, and we need our papers to be here, or we are considered aliens and illegal. So just some things, man, just have to be done. But anyway, I'm not gonna keep on plucking the strings on that guitar. But on to the next. On to the next. I want to speak on my man, Denzel. Denzel Washington, man, with Gladiator. Is it Gladiator 2B? Gladiator 2, he stars in. His birthday is actually coming up soon. He'll be 70 years old. But the reason I'm bringing Denzel up, we already know Denzel work, right? But the reason I'm bringing Denzel up is because yesterday I had just read that Denzel dibbled and dabbled in drugs throughout his career, and also he said he loves wine and somewhat, alcoholism. And I respect him as a man, you know what I mean? Because for him to come out, and I think maybe because he is 70 years old, and maybe it's a lot of things that, facts that we didn't know about Denzel, because we just looking at him on the screen as this powerful African American actor, and all the great things he was able to accomplish, all the great things he's done, all the great movies that he's done. I can't name two. It's a lot of them. He's done a lot, right? So I'm gonna say it's a few. I maybe didn't really like all like that, but watched them just because it was Denzel. But he came out and he said that this is a pivotal time in his life, and he just wanted to come out and tell his story. And what he did say, what I picked up on, he said, "Wow, shooting movies, handling business for months at a time." He said he wouldn't drink or dibble and dabble in drugs, but he said as soon as he got off set and he was finished with those movies and the premieres and all that, he said he would drink some of the most expensive wines, sometimes 2 bottles a day. And he had just mentioned on how he didn't really let it impact his career, but he said at this point it has somewhat impacted his health. And you got to respect guys like this, man. That's why I say it's nobody. He only gonna get a few real ones in a game like that. You know what I mean? I respect him as a man. I honor him as far as telling his story, because we looking at him like, man, Denzel, I know Denzel ain't on nothing, man, because he doing what, 3 movies a year, and ain't no way Denzel strung out. Ain't no way he, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, he came out, he told his story, and I just gotta commend him on that, man. But
let me add this. I want to add this to you. Many actors, like you said, they do a lot of stuff, a lot of jobs, pretty much like a good 3/4 of the year. And you're playing different characters, and they have to do different things and mannerisms and all that stuff. That's why you hear a lot of them go to rehab. So, like the likes of most notably, of course, it comes to mind Heath Ledger. When after he did the Joker, he went into rehab, but after that, he ends up killing himself. So it takes a toll. Most notably, one of Denzel's co-stars, Eva Mendes. She pretty much, in a weird way, she kind of quietly retired from acting, and she was like a top tier actress at the time.
She retired?
In a way, yeah, because now she's doing, she's married to Ryan Gosling and having her babies, and she has her side hustle that's thriving, but still she kind of like hasn't acted in almost good 10 years because of the fact of like she went into rehab, and she, because of all the acting, she was doing a lot of gigs in a very impactful time frame, and it just consumes people. So I mean, you kind of in this, even though we figured it like you said, Denzel is a top tier guy, and he figures like, he handles his business, but then again, at the same time, it's a stress, it's a strain, and especially, the only other person I figure is like, okay, does he really got it together? Is Samuel L. Jackson, because that dude is almost in a movie every month.
But he was on drugs though.
Yeah, he was on drugs. But again, like you said, based off of his I know what his lifestyle is now to make him constantly be in something, even though most of the movies he's not in there like the leading role all the time. But still, it's like you're in this movie again. You're in another movie again. And it's like, good dude, take a break. We don't need to see you with it, but for him, it's a paycheck, it's a paycheck. I'm still surprised he hasn't gotten an Oscar yet.
Let me ask you, B, do you think some of these roles, say for example, what was the movie with Denzel and the son wanted to play football, and he was the father, and he ended up divorcing the mom and had a baby on her. Fences, right?
I never saw that.
You never seen Fences?
No.
Fences, right? But let me ask you: do you think some of these roles they are really getting high? They are really getting drunk for these roles?
I mean, the whole concept of acting is, they pretty much it's just an act. They're not really, they have to portray a drunk. They have to portray an addict. Some, like you said, like with Samuel Jackson. I mean, his role we first met him was
crackhead.
As a crackhead,
and he was really on crack.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
At that time,
time. But then again, if everyone remembers, his girlfriend was Halle Berry. We barely recognized her in that movie, but then again, she was a crackhead in that movie, and it was like she was so unrecognizable as mainly as we see her as Halle Berry. But then again, seeing her as a crackhead is like, damn, that's some damn good acting. So
what about Chris Rock from New York City? I mean, New Jack City.
Same deal. I mean, the actors, they I mean, their job is to research, they talk to people and things like, and get a presence to give the essence of what that person is. And I think with someone like, the likes of Samuel Jackson, Denzel Washington, you can add in Tom Hanks, you can add in one of my favorite guys, Michael Keaton, you can add an actress like Eva Mendes, Halle Berry, and whoever. They go all out to portray a certain character for a certain reason. They want to give that authenticity for the audience to know that it's like, this is not Halle Berry as this person. This is this person. That's what you want to say. Like to this day, there was a point in Malcolm X where I did not see Denzel anymore as Malcolm X. I just saw Malcolm X.
You know what, B? I'm going to tell you one of my favorite movies, man. Ray Charles. Nobody would have played that like Jamie. Nobody would have played that like Jamie Foxx. And when I said, man, this is Ray Charles, man. Like, I'm really looking at him. Like, I mean, they made him look like him. His voice, his skill. I said, Jamie Foxx killed Ray. He killed that part, man. Like, wow. So, once again, like you said, they do a lot of research. They do a lot of studying, even before they go into, this role. And then it's still a test they got to do once they get the role and go into the role. And there's so much comes along with that. And it was just a surprise to me, like you said. I was just looking at it. I said, nah, not Denzel. He came and told his story. Yeah, me too. So you got to respect it or check it. But like we always say, it's a lot of pressure in the industry. It's a lot of money. And not to, bring it up. But anyway, like Mike Tyson going into the ring at 59 years old, but getting the bag. And that's what it was all about, getting the money. Because, I mean, I say, whatever you're doing, leave out on top. Don't come back and to me, that messes up your legacy. Because we always want to say.
Not really.
I mean,
not really.
He came back at 58 and got beat by the white boy.
No. Let's fully be honest here. One, I saw the fight because I knew what it was. It was going to be a shit show. And I'm not a fan of the Paul brothers and never have been, because their main objective is to, take advantage of whatever you're trying to make out of this 15 minutes of fame.
Right.
And
because these social media influencers.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jake Paul is a dude I never took seriously as a boxer because pretty much his last few fights have always been against has-beens.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, dude, if you really want to make an effort to be a top tier boxer, go through the ranks and all that stuff. But again, in this modern day age of celebrityism, you figure it's like, let me go against the greatest, one of the greatest fighters outside of his prime. Mm-hmm. So you're trying to make this real life, video game, but at the same time, it's like you're facing a top tier retired boxer.
Yeah.
So if let's say if you met Mike Tyson maybe 8 years back, if he was 50, because that was the same age or pretty much 2 years younger than who would have been 2 years older than George Foreman came back.
George came back, yeah.
And George Foreman, he lasted a good 6-7 years
Yeah.
when he after he came back.
After he came back, he did.
But again,
George knocked out somebody when he came back.
Yes, and he was champion and all that stuff.
Right.
But for Mike Tyson, you're facing Mike Tyson almost 60.
Yeah.
He's pretty much, trying to come back. And I said this on a prior show. I mentioned the fact that, like, if anyone has seen Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman was, Ryan Reynolds had to beg him to come back because Hugh Jackman was done. After he finished Logan, he was like, I'm done being Wolverine. And Ryan Reynolds said, no, I need you back because I got this big thing to do, Deadpool 3, blah, blah, blah. So, and he did. And his training regimen was exhausting. And I'll never forget one of the pictures that he posted on his Instagram, Hugh Jackman with his Wolverine claws, muscles like flexing and everything, but he was dead tired on his back. He was sleeping. And seeing that, it's like, okay, so Paul, Jake Paul is going after a guy who, knowing full well, you're fighting him at midnight on, New York time.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much you're stating in fact, like, it's past his bedtime. and
Mike,
for Mike, think about this.
Mike
We don't know. You might have to you have to readjust your schedule, your whole entire life schedule to do this. And because you're not, because he was not used to doing that. And he mentioned the fact that it's like, I had to do this, I have to, get into training. He had to, again, he was, struggling to, get back into that routine. He mentioned that. So even though he looked good and it felt like, he still kind of got it. But then at the same time, it's like, it's a stress and strain being a 58-year-old guy facing someone almost half your age and lasting for up to 10 rounds. It makes no sense. And that's why I feel like it's a farce to, mind you, the buffering besides that bit. But the whole thing is, I just did not want to fully engage in that mess because I know for well, like, Jake Paul is not taking anything seriously, even though it looked like he is.
Right.
But the thing is like, this whole thing is a joke to you because you are not dealing with the modern day fighters of today. You're dealing with legends and past their prime. So I just feel like, dude, you got your 20 mil, move the frick on.
So would you watch the Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson? Evander said he ready, man. He's 60, 62? They said, "Was you jump in the ring with him again?" He said, "Man, I'm ready, man. Anytime." Anything for the bag, man. I'm telling you, man. Anything for the bag, man. But man. Shout out, like I say, man. Shout out to Denzel. I'm definitely going to check that movie out. And even Denzel is getting older, man. Almost 70.
And he's about to and he said he's only got 6 or 7 movies left.
Yeah. Because at first I thought he was going to retire, and I guess he was.
No, he's listed. He mentioned that he has about, I think if I remember, 5 to 6 movies left. I never said 7, but I believe it's 5 to 6 movies left, and then he's done.
Wow. Yo, y'all know what it is, man. 301-761-1040 is the call-in number. And what I want to do, I just want to speak on, this is a crazy story that happened. And I meant to bring it up last week, man. I'm all over as far as not only him here in the DMV, but I try to find the stories so we won't think that we're the only state of Maryland county. That's crazy, man. They got crazy stuff going on. But anyway, this is a pastor, and he strung along 2 girlfriends and killed one on his wedding day. And this is a pastor, and he will definitely spend the rest of his life in prison. And I'm just bringing this up because, some of us, man, we look at these people and we put them on pedestals, and I think we kind of forget that they are regular people that they sin to, and they also commit crimes. And I know people would say a pastor, yes, the Georgia pastor, and he did this for almost a decade with both of his girlfriends and killing one of them on his wedding day. His name is William Pounds. He was former pastor, as they say, of King's Chapel Memorial Church, and this is in Perry, Georgia. He was actually convicted in 2015, killing Kendra Jackson, a 46-year-old divorced mother of three. They reviewed the case and ruled last week that the evidence presented at the trial was sufficient to support the conviction for malice murder. So he had been locked up all this time, right? And was convicted in 2015. But I'm wondering why we're just getting the story here. I'm trying to see. But anyway, he was 40. Oh, no, anyway, Jackson and Pounds, that's the lady that he murdered. They met in early 2000, were in a long-term relationship. 2005, Pounds met someone else romantically involved with another woman, Lucinda Crawford. He was repeatedly able to convince each woman that he had left the other and wanted to be with her, which the ruling stated. For the next decade, Pound became engaged to each woman, sometimes to both at once, court documents show. For 10 years, he juggled his relationships, two women, until May 31st, 2015. That's when Pound's church was hosting Pastor Appreciation Day. It was on Fatal Attraction. Wow. So I wonder why they just bringing this story out, though. He had 10 women. So this is on TV on Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction or Payback. So this story did reach TV, national news, national media. So he said he was juggling with 10 women. This is a pastor. He had a lot of time on his hands, though. Usually pastors they're going around and praying for people, and they're doing all these type of different events, and they're trying to grow the church, and they're trying to, so 10 different women, and I bet you, I wonder if all these women were in the same church. Because that happens a lot too with these pastors and these preachers. They're dealing with women within the congregation. But this is just a sad story for you to have pastor in front of your name. And I'm sure you probably was doing marriage counseling, relationship counseling, marrying people, and committing these heinous acts on your days off. 10 women and murdering a woman on your wedding day. I wonder how he thought he was going to do that, though. How was he going to? Wow. I'm sorry, Mr. Pounds, man, but another one bites the dust, and he got upset with the girl, grabbed a 40 caliber pistol and shot her multiple times. Oh, he also was very abusive. He was beating on Jackson, giving her a black eye. Discrepancies in Pound's statements on how Jackson was shot. So he's a killer. He's a liar. He's a womanizer, and now he's an ex-pastor. Wow, it was just a wild story, and I didn't believe it because I know I come across a lot of stories, and you really got to research and say, is this shit real? But this is a real story. It was also on TV. So we just have to be careful, man. When I listen to people, especially pastors and church, I really don't look at the person. I look far beyond it. I'm just really looking for a good word and how that teaching can motivate me, man, because we are all human. And I'm sure they were shocked. A lot of his members, his congregation, were actually probably shocked, didn't know that this was going on. I'm sure he put on a real good front for people because he's a pastor. But let's get it together, man. Like this is crazy. That's crazy, man. This is a picture of him, by the way, female. He looked like Montel Jordan. Wow, that's what happened. So that was the discrepancies in his story. Wow.
Around her, if he had done CPR on her, he should have had more blood on himself. But he basically had splatters, which showed that when you shoot somebody, the blood will splatter a certain way. And that's all he had on him was the blood.
I just got comments to say, wow. Like that. What's up, boss? I gotta check my man out live, man. Landy Thompson, man. Like that records. And just doing a lot of great, has done a lot of great stuff within the industry, within the go-go world. I want to bring that up too. Shout out to the new Go-Go Museum. And that's why I need to get Rocksteady back in here, man, to get his thoughts on that. It's a lot of mixed emotions, man, right now in that go-go world, man. We got a lot of people that's excited, you know, legendary, iconic, and we got a lot of people that were upset because they feel as though they weren't mentioned and they should have been. So I'll give my thoughts on that next week. You can always talk go-go within the DMV area, man. But yeah, Debbie, wow. That's a wild story, right? She says, wow. Yeah, shit happens. It's crazy, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. 301-761-1040 is the call-in number. I also want to speak on another case. DC woman, 24 years old, who was blasted in a Daily Rose Raid shooting as she was taking her nephew home. This story kind of hit home because I know some people that know this young lady. She's 24 years old. Her name was Olivia Graves. She was killed about 3:31 p.m. It was this story was reported November 13th. What's today's date? The 21st. This happened last week. And what happened was she pulled up, she was riding with some people, and a confrontation ensued between two family members. She got out the car to try to de-escalate the situation. An old guy, 60 years old, okay, come out of the house, see the altercation, grabs his gun, and just started shooting. And what happened was she was shot. The guy ran away. He was caught maybe like less than 8 minutes by the police. He's now in custody. I don't know if this guy was crazy. He didn't know what was going on. I don't really know the backstory with him. I'm sure it will come out. But we lose another life, and this happened right here on Atlantic Street, right here in the city, man. 700 block of Atlantic Street, Southeast. And like I say, 24 years old, senseless gun violence, man, and murder. That could have been handled in such a different way. Maybe he should have tried to come out and maybe de-escalate the situation if he felt that way. But who knows what happened? There was a grandmother and her grandson who were arguing. And unfortunately, man, this lady tried to, like I say, once again, de-escalate the situation, wanted peace, you know. And it's a great story, man, great write-up on her, how she just wanted to help people. And they said that she was always doing things with people to make their day, you know, go a little smoother, man. Always smiling, always helping other people. And that's how she lost her life, unfortunately, trying to de-escalate a unfortunate, man, situation. And it just hits home to me with these stories. And my system is becoming so immune to this. And this is real shit because a 16-year-old was just murdered. Was it yesterday? In Largo? I seen on the news a 16-year-old was murdered. And then I seen, shout out to Kilmo, I seen he had a story where some teenagers had robbed another teenager for his coat, right on the side of Dunbar High School. That happened. I think I seen that yesterday. And it's just, it's bothering me, man. It's bothering me a lot. Like, it's really starting to get to me because I'm like, what are we doing here, man? Nation's capital. And with the death of these young people, 16, 15, then they're going to jail at an alarming rate. The two girls that killed the guy uptown, they charged them with murder, but then I heard, well, maybe at the age of 21, they can be released because they are juveniles at this point. They're already 15, 16 years old. So only sitting behind bars for 5 years, and then what? You know, and then what? They still haven't. I don't think that they have gotten their just due as far as time. Give them life. Set examples for these young people. They're out here doing grown-up shit and not realizing what they're doing, fucking their life up. And then another family is mourning, you know, for the rest of their lives for, you know, someone taken that should still be here. They beat this guy for no reason at all. No reason at all. They beat this guy and killed this guy. I don't have no type of sympathy or love for people like that at all. I don't care how old you are. It was another story. Some young teenagers broke into a store, robbed a store. Now they want to come up with more solutions for these teens and more programs and more counseling. Some of them maybe don't know. Some of them are influenced, but a lot of them know. A lot of them know what they are doing is wrong, especially to people. Remember that story down there in the Navy Yard? Trying to steal a man's car, took his car. They were trying to take his car. He was trying to stop them from taking his vehicle. They pulled off, crashed, the car flipped over. This guy dies. They get arrested. I think they got arrested, and one they even released, and now I think they get out when they're 21. Like, I just don't understand what's going on here. That's why I gotta commend Aisha Brave Boy. I don't care what you say about her. She is definitely working hard, giving these people, grown people, time. And I respect that. That guy, Baby K, pulled the gun, tried to kill that 14-year-old that school bus. They got 20 years. Yes, definitely 20 years. You got 20 years to think about it. I always said put them in prison and just work the shit out of them. Nonstop, 24/7, all day long. A lot of them, they're not going to do that. They're not going to work. They don't want to work. They want to rob. They want to take. They want to steal and kill. And as we go into this new year, I don't know the number of homicides, man, but I don't even want to know, and I know it's going to come out eventually because we're going into a new year. Then we talk about things, defunding the police, and we got dump Trump, and we were taking these jobs away and these federal government agencies away, and this and that and this and that. Where are we going, man? Where are we going in America? I just don't know. What's funny is they've had 4 celebrities actually move out of this country, move to another country due to the fact that Trump was elected. But of course, we can't just get up and move like that. We ain't got the bag like that just to get up. They just got up and moved. And Ellen DeGeneres is one of them. She just moved to England. Her and her wife. And I've heard people say that, man, like, man, I'm leaving. Trump elected, I'm leaving. Wish I could, but these are things, man, that we just have to deal with. Like I say, we have to come together as people. My thing is, man, what's coming behind us, man, this next generation. We have to get this thing together, man. Venezuela people, man, 1.3 million are coming over here. Maybe those are part of the ones that Trump want to deport, but they've already committed crimes. There was 4 arrested the other day in Fairfax. They're supposed to be part of a gang, the TDA gang, and they're bringing that here to this country because they are releasing them there from their prisons. And the only way we're gonna let you go and set you free, you got to get the hell out of this country and go to another one. And where do they come? Here. And they have arrived in DC heavily. So just be careful, be alert, be vigilant, be aware. And that's just how we got to do it, man. I mean, life can't stop. We got to keep on going, but we got to be careful. With that said, it's the holiday time again, and it's going to be some seats that won't be filled at some of our tables, man, for whatever reason. But we still have to come together as a family, show our gratitude. But I do want to bring some people home before Thursday, so we can go to a few of them right here on the screen. That's Deja. I gotta get up. Dejan White at the 700 block of Maryland Avenue Northeast. She's been missing since July 22nd, 2023. It was a surprise to me that I just seen this flyer and they just posted it. It's crazy how this works, man, with missing people. She's been missing since 2023. Why hasn't her flyer flashed all across the news all across the world on every news circuit until she is found. She has been missing for over a year now. We almost going into 2025. She's been missing since 2023. Usually, when they're found, you won't see the flyer. You'll see a red arrow, red dash that goes through that says found.
Well, I'll read it out. She's a black female, medium complexion, 5'6", weighs 150, with brown hair, black hair. Brown eyes, black hair, and her classic clothing description is unknown.
Wow. November 12th. Well, as we know, could have been reported, but maybe flyers just coming through on the missing persons website. Melvin Shop, he's 63 years old, missing from the 1400 block of Montana Avenue. That's Northeast DC. He's been missing since November 18th, so we're going on almost 4 days this year. Reported missing at 10 p.m. 5 feet, 10 inches tall. Is at 150 pounds. Gray hair, gray beard, brown eyes. Clothing description. This says pajamas. Am I right?
He's wearing blue pampered pajamas, a gray sweatshirt, and black Adidas sneakers.
Wow. If this gentleman would have the same clothes on, you would distinctive would be pajamas. Elaine Patterson, 1900 block of U Place, Southeast. Missing since November the 23rd, November 13th, 2024. 9 days. Reported missing 6:30 p.m. Looks like she has a bonnet on. Described as a black female, 5 feet, 7 inches tall. 135 pounds. Is that black gray hair?
Yep.
Brown eyes?
Brown eyes.
Okay.
Last seen wearing a dark blue dress, black pants, black shirt, multicolor hair bonnet, which you're seeing right here, and black shoes, and she may need medication.
Wow. The most important thing is to give the police department, when you're making a missing persons report, if you could remember the last thing they had on, something distinctive. If they have any addictions, if they're on medication, anything of that sort, any area they may hang at, people that they frequently are with, you want to give them this information in the search of your missing person. Very, very important, and to get a photo. These are real missing persons flyers, by the way. You guys think I'm BSing you. I'm really not. I got to get out of here, but I'm really not. I have gotten so many flyers on my social media pages, and guess what? Some of these are not even real. Like, if I don't see a flyer official, I'm not reporting the story. I'm sorry. Your person is missing. You really care that much. Whatever state, city you are, you should go to the police department. You need one of these official flyers. This is the one. These are the ones in DC and PG County. These are how they look, by the way. And they're different flyers in different states and cities. But I got to have a flyer to make sure it's official. And that's J. Sean Plummer, 200 block of Ash Street, Southeast DC. Missing since November the 5th this year. Reported missing at 1 p.m. He looks like he's dark skinned, maybe wearing the puffy bush like the youngest do. You know how they do. 5 foot 3 inches tall, 120 pounds. Last seen wearing black pants, black Nike boots,
and a black hoodie.
And a black hoodie. Thank you. 120 pounds, brown eyes, and black hair. Children home. Let's bring our people home. I don't think anything will make a family more happy than their loved ones being found, especially around these holidays. And there's so many different layers to the missing people. continue to keep watching Phocuz Radio. We won't be here next week because it's Thanksgiving. But New Year, man, we got a lot of stuff in store, a lot of stuff coming up. But always feel free to inbox me, not now, but right now. And that's Phocuz Phil. Beltway Radio and Beyond.com, baby. We out. Peace.
And these days, these situations, they be sticky like honey. If it ain't Corona, they trying to clone ya. What happens to the little girl that went missing?